Now to a Target 12 investigators exclusive. After the state overturned a decision by the city to close a controversial nightclub, we wanted to know how often these cases are appealed to the state and what the outcome is.
And Target 12 examined 5 years of data from the Department of Business Regulation. They found the city is losing far more than it's winning. Target 12 investigator Tim White joins us now with the details.
By law, any punishment the Providence Board of Licenses levies on a business with a liquor license can be appealed to the State Department of Business Regulation. My colleague Steph Machado and I went through more than 100 appeals heard by DBR and discovered the city's action is only upheld 1/3 of the time. When the Providence Board of Licenses shut down Club 7 on Federal Hill after one of its patrons was murdered up the street, the nightclub's attorney, Nick Hemant, immediately filed an appeal with the state DBR.
The Board of Licenses, I think, succumbs to neighborhood pressure, but I think they get caught up in the emotion of some of these cases, and they look past the case law.
In the end, the DBR's hearing officer gave the club the okay to reopen, but with conditions. A Target 12 review of DBR data shows Club 7 isn't alone. Of the 77 decisions the state made related to clubs and bars in the last 5 years, DBR overturned, reduced, or put the punishment on hold 51 times. The state upheld the city's decision in just 26 of the appeals. That means 2/3 of the time the city lost when the case was appealed to the state.
It's a source of constant frustration for the city. Frankly, I think it's people who aren't from Providence making decisions for Providence.
I do think that what's put in front of us, we are making fair and just decisions.
DBR Director Liz Tanner says she thinks the city is getting better with their decisions, leading to fewer disagreements with the state, but says there is often a lot more noise and emotion the city has to contend with. We saw that play out with Club 7 when victim Stephen Cabral's family was in the room calling for the club's closure.
Well, I think the City of Providence relies often on community feedback and public outcry, but DBR unfortunately just looks at the facts that are presented before them.
Despite the state allowing Club 7 to reopen, the nightclub's doors remain closed. Hemant says the bar had trouble keeping staff while the nightclub had to remain dark during the hearing process. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.